In 2022, I had my first proper crush. There was this girl in my class, and every day I would talk to her, dream about her, and hold Snapchat streak with her, just thinking about the future that we were gonna have together. And then we started sitting next to each other in school, and we got closer and closer. We laughed every day, and I thought I was getting closer to the relationship I had always dreamed of. We even hung out after school, but then the time for parties and drinking came. I was going to my first ever real party, and this girl was going to be there too. My strategy was to just keep close to this girl all night and try to get something from her. But there was this new guy invited to the party. We had only started talking to him for 1 week or something. And then I see them lying next to each other in bed. I don't really think much of it, but then this happens. The girl I want a relationship with points over to me and tells the guy, "That's Loris. He's just my best friend. He's so nice and sweet." And it kind of hits me there, but I don't want to admit it. So for the following hours and for the rest of the night, I just try to keep away from this girl and try to stick on my own a little bit, because now that she's just said this, it feels like, my dream has kind of gone to waste. But then I see her again, and she's literally lying on top of this guy and they're just kissing. This felt like a punch to the face. Here I was, sweet little Loris, who had spent months building this relation to her, thinking that we would get this future together. And my dream just gets shattered in one day with this guy who we literally met 1 week ago. She barely even knew this guy. And I had spent months and it never fucking worked. So I run out of the house that the party is held in. I find a car, I sit behind the car, and I'm just there in the darkness, crying, sobbing on my own. I'm probably sitting there for minimum 10 minutes, just thinking about how horrible my life is, how bad it is, and how much happiness could have been with my life if I had just gotten with this girl. But at this point, my life just consists of going to school, talking to this girl, and simultaneously when I come home from school, I just Snapchat with her all day long, play video games, and TikTok in between. That's literally my whole entire life. So as you can see, my life literally revolved around this girl. Not only that, I was also short, chubby, and I looked feminine because I wasn't as developed as the other guys in my class, which were taller and looking more masculine. So I looked kind of like a little bitch, with bitch tits and all that stuff. So if you're in this sack position right now, I know exactly how you feel. Everything in your life literally feels dull, and you just want that relationship with the girl to just be happy and feel nice again. So first of all, the dating approach that I tried and you're doing right now obviously fucking doesn't work. But that's not my main point. Because the thing is, I thought I wanted all this love, and you think the same, but it's because we are so blinded by our depressive state that we're in right now. I hated my life and didn't feel like living because my life consisted of self-hate and time waste. I didn't do anything with my life. Now you've most likely heard this before. If you can't love yourself, how should others be able to love you? That's actually quite true, because in reality I wasn't looking for love, I was looking for validation and approval. Because I didn't get that from myself, because I knew my life was like a Game of Goon life where I just wasted all my time. So I needed it to come from somewhere else, and that could be this girl. But the thing is, that would never work, because we know that if we can't love ourselves, how should others love us? Think about it, you wouldn't love a Game of Gooner who scrolls TikTok all day and plays video game for a living, who's just at home all day, not doing anything. You would not, genuinely, you wouldn't find that attractive. Let's say you were a girl and that was a guy, you would not find that attractive. I literally tried to get a girlfriend just to shield myself from how I actually felt. But of course that doesn't work. In reality, as men, we should face our emotions, realize what problems are causing these emotions, and fix the problems. That is how, that's a masculine way to deal with problems, with emotions, with pain. And again, if you can't love yourself, others can't love you either. And that's why you don't need love from anyone else. You don't need validation from a girl. You don't need validation from your friend. You need love from your fucking self. Confidence comes from actions. It comes from within. your self-worth. It's all about how you view yourself, and you can't view yourself highly when you're literally spending your day scrolling, gooning, and playing video games. When you only leave the house just to go to school, or else you sit in your bed and your fucking gaming chair all day. That was my life, and it makes sense that I couldn't love myself because there was nothing to love. This wasn't even like, this was literally a subhuman life. It was not a life worth living. So I started researching how to find, self-love for yourself. And the only thing I came across was these women being like, oh yeah, you just need to take a self-care day where you drink a little cup of chocolate and take a bath bomb and take a nice shower, And obviously that doesn't work. Like that's just gay as hell. Like, why would I do that? But I have, over the past 2.5 years, found a method to build self-love consistently as a man, which I will just show you now. And it's discipline. Discipline equals self-love. I believe that discipline is the highest form of self-love. Discipline basically means doing something right now that we specifically didn't want to do. And by doing this, you experience pain right now to feel pleasure later. You delay gratification until later in the day. And basically what this means is that you show your future self-love by saying, okay, I'll go through the hard shit right now, and then you can live a better life tomorrow. Because let's be honest, until now your life has consisted of just taking as much stimulation as possible right now and leaving your future self with problems. And I did the exact same. I scroll TikTok, I play video games just to feel empty afterwards. Instead, we want to feel empty now, or feel the pain now so we can feel better later. That is literally the ultimate form of self-love, because we do something for our future self. And if you want my help with getting more self-love, becoming disciplined, getting all these habit trackers, and getting my accountability and advice, then go down and click the second link in the description, my discipline club, and I really think I can help you in there. Discipline is the thing that you need, because it was the thing that changed my life. It saved me from this misery, self-hate, and weird depressive state, and it will save you as well. So how do you even become disciplined? Well, the first step is to even realize what areas of your life do you want to become disciplined in, because obviously we want to be disciplined in all areas, but you need to find out what will fix your problems. Like, most likely making your bed is not going to fix your depression. Like, sure, it's going to help in some way, but I want you to sit down with like a pen and paper, or just talk to yourself about what are your actual problems. Let's say, for example, you struggle with overthinking. You're constantly overthinking about weird stuff. Maybe journaling would help you, because you're writing down your thoughts so they're not always in your mind clumping up. Maybe you struggle with being anxious. Then gratitude would really help you, because it's been shown that gratitude is actually the opposite of anxiety. If you're depressed, maybe you should go outside, go into nature, go to the gym, experience something else, experience real things, instead of just lying in your bed all day. You see, when you journal about what problems there are, then once you've found those problems, then you can actually see, okay, so what action will counteract that? Once you've found that action, before you start doing it, because this is really important. Most people here, they see, okay, I have to start meditating. I'll meditate 15 minutes tomorrow. Trust me, bro. When you're like a gooner like I was, you're not going to meditate for 15 minutes. I tried to meditate for 5 minutes the first time, and it was way too much. I recommend you just do 3 minutes. If you can't, just do 1 minute. It doesn't even matter how long it is. Literally just drop your ego, because you can't do as much as you think you can. Think about what kind of person you are right now, what habits you do. You most likely can't do all that shit that you think you can. So drop your ego, just do the bare minimum of any of these tasks that you come up with. And that will actually be like your entry to start doing the uncomfortable things right now for your future self benefit. And then a great way to keep yourself accountable, and also like to feel more motivated and to track your progress, is with a habit tracker. And so basically, once you've found those things, you've dropped your ego, you've started doing them. Basically, I've made a template for you in the description. It's a paper which you can print out, and you just write down what habit you want to track, which person you want to become by doing the habit. So let's say you struggle with overthinking, you want to be a guy with a clear mind. That's going to be your dream identity at the bottom of the paper. And then every day you just tick the box when you do the habit, and you cross it when you don't. And I recommend, or I don't recommend, I say you need to hang it by your bed. Because if you hang your habit tracker by your bed, it will always be visible, and you will always be like held accountable. Whenever you're going to bed, you'll see that unticked box, you'll see that cross in the box that you need to get back to it. So it will both hold you accountable, it will make you play like this game, and it will just make the process addictive. But anyways, yeah, as I said, I've made a free template that you go down in the description and download. And once you do those 3 things and you understand everything that I learned through that story, you literally have everything you need and everything I wish I knew in 2022 about how to actually love yourself, and that you don't need love from others, approval or validation from others. You just need your own self-love first, and then you can go out and look for, a relationship, right? I wish I knew this in 2022, and if I knew this, I would have been David Goggins type number 2 or something like that. And again, if you're interested in my help with this specific problem of self-love and discipline, go down and check out the second link in the description. It's my discipline club, and I really think I can help you. Alright, that's it. Put one foot in front of the other.